Down in deepest, darkest Somerset. I'm a 6th-degree black belt, and I'm going to be helped by Steve Woodall here, who's going to be my basically my ball guy. I just wanted to give a little brief introduction to how we can use like pressure points and show you some of the movements out of our patterns which we do, how we can actually apply them to use for use in self-defense, because we spent a lot of time running through patterns for a grading and there's a real purpose behind them. Sometimes you need to look at them objectively, but there's a real purpose in there, and I just want to give you a brief intro on how you can look at them, so you might be able to see your patterns in a different light. Okay. So I'm just going to run through a few techniques. So well, you've got various pressure points around the body which you can manipulate to get desired effects. And so partner comes in, you can throw a punch, you can come here, you block it, you can put an elbow in here, take it down very, very simply. And it's a very useful point, right? And this is one of the movements we get in our higher grade patterns. Alright, so, and it's called lump point 1, found on the chest. So when he comes in, if I show you from this angle, in here, my elbow goes near, just quick little movement, taking down the floor to control him. Alright? The next one which I'm going to show you, alright, okay, there is a little pressure point in this arm here. Alright, okay, from there. It's a little pressure point in here. It's a nasty little pressure point, alright? If you strike it hard, disable your arm. Can't use it. It's very, very effective. One of the other movements which we've got. There. Alright, so from there, what you can do again, if the punch comes in, you can move to the back, little fingers to the top here, pull them down to the floor. Alright, but you would grip hard, alright? So a punch comes in, deflect it, move to here, pull them down, where you can finish them off with a nice strike. Really simply, not a lot of effort. Now another thing, with our pattern movements, there's a movement in a pattern, your gok, where you come up, do a side kick, followed by an elbow strike. Now if I was to use a side kick against Steve who's coming to attack me, there's no way I can use an elbow strike because I've knocked him out of the way too far away. So I'll show you another way we can utilise side kick. So from there, Steve's going to come in for a punch, he throws another punch, I'm going to cover up here, from here I'm going to grab his head. This is the chamber position for a side kick, take this leg out, and then side kick, take that leg out. Now position here, elbow strike, to finish him off. Alright? And that's one movement out of our pattern. Now as we progress through the patterns, movements become slightly complicated. And we're going to show you movement out of Chung Mu. In Chung Mu you come with a knee grab, knee strike and a turn. Right? I'll show you one example of how we can use this. So what Steve's going to do, he's going to feed me a punch, I'm going to move to the side, going to manoeuvre, this is the grab part of it, dig my fingers in my eyes, brace my elbows against his back to crank the head. There, I can leave the spine and the step turn. And there, this is taken down there, and that's stepping back of one application of why you use this wrist hand movement. Okay, now Taekwondo. This is how it's Taekwondo. Well, you probably see it earlier on. Knife hand guard, front kick, flat fingertip thrust. And again, I'm going to show you how we can manipulate that. As Steve feeds me a punch, I'm going to 1 strike, 2 strike, 3 strike, and instead of doing like the front kick, I can kick it up there. But what I'm going to do is pull his head down into a knee. The flat fingertip thrust is to keep his head there. When I step down, and just finish off with an elbow to the back of the head. So from here, feed me a punch, and we come over top with that strike. Very good point to strike. Take somebody out very, very quickly. Now, one of the basic blocks you get is low block, alright? And we're always taught if the front kick comes in, we can use this low block to stop the front kick. I'll show you another application for it. Somebody grabs your wrist from here, what I'm going to do is pull my hand up to my base, elbow on the back of his tricep, roll it down, and there, he's gone too far, so if he gets up, I'll do it again, I'm going to step in, 1, step in, hammer fist, round the back of the ear again, knockout. Okay? Now when you go to the black belt patterns, we have the movement where we do this number 9 block. So what I'm going to do here, Steve's going to feed me a punch, I'm going to carry it, slip to one side, this hand I'm going to jam into Steve's shoulder to weaken it. It's not going to dislocate it because it's a strong joint. Weaken it, and then I fold my hands around, drop down to sitting stance, and then crank Steve's shoulder into a very painful shoulder lock. Okay, and then you'll pop the shoulder there. Okay? Now, this movement, hooking block, and we're doing your gog. Now I'm going to show you, instead of a punch coming in and trying to catch it, we're going to utilise it as somebody grabbing you with a wrist grab. Right? Now, first hook block here, second hook block here, pull them down to there, bang! Right, again, behind the ear, lock out. Okay? So just do it this way. So grab my wrist, I latch on, one hook block, two hook block, pull it into my base, bang, release, punch, lock out. Now, just before I finish off, we're just going to show you the reason why you breathe in patterns. Right? A, we'll fall over and faint if we don't breathe. Right? But what we're going to do is use it actually in a strike. Okay? Always use a variety of stances: rear foot stance, one leg stance, and basically what these are for is to squeeze extra bits of energy into our techniques. So what I'm going to do is strike Steve in the lower abdomen. Okay, I'm not going to strike him with the solar plexus, right, because I want him to fight later, right, and win home. Right, so from there, if he doesn't win, he'll get more of it later. Okay, right, so from there, I'm just going to punch Steve with a certain amount of power to get a desired effect. Okay, what I'm going to do now is do it with an inhalation to steal Steve's energy, exhale to fire it back in. I'm also just going to lift my leg off the floor slightly to inject a bit of energy into it. Right, and it feels, this strike is deeper within the body, rather than being a surface strike. Right, if you ask Steve later on, he'll tell you, instead of feeling surface, it feels deep in your core when you do that strike. Okay. Alright, so from there, just to finish off, a couple of techniques. So we're going to manipulate, it's not a pattern movement, but we're just going to manipulate some of the pressure points to get a certain effect. So what Steve's going to come in, he's going to punch with a hook again, necessary. I'm going to relax, strike him on the chest, from there, wipe the hands up, the face, from there, push my hand with a pressure point around the ear, slide him around, and I just push him in the kidneys with that, and then nicely into a rear headlock. If I want to be nasty, I just kick his legs out and leave him hanging there, right, in a hanging guillotine, or I can develop it a little bit further. So the punch come in, 1, 2, strike, hands come up here, push the head, guide around, rear. I like going rear naked choke, and as I sit down, I'm going to lie back myself, just there, and a little bit of extra pressure on the neck. Very effective. Alright? The final ones I'm going to show you, really, really simple to do. If you make a little knuckle finger with your first finger, and the pressure points in the neck, they're very effective. So Steve comes in, feeds me a punch, steps aside, grabs your head so it can't go anywhere, knuckle finger on the side, and then a quick jab, take him down. Alright? If I wanted to get him back up, I use a different technique. So feed me the punch, steps aside, knuckle finger on the side of my neck, press. Once he's down there, I can use the pressure point behind the ear to help him back up again. Right. So there we have it. Right. Thank you, Steve. Alright, so. Have a look at your patterns, see all these strange movements, what we do, and then they're there for a reason. If they weren't there for a reason, they wouldn't survive for so long, hundreds of years, or what. Taekwondo patterns are only 50 odd years old, but what they're based on goes back hundreds of years. But they're very effective techniques in there, but you have to look a little bit harder than just look at the surface. Okay. Thank you very much.